now it is time for our NFL hot takes. Again, last year, these takes were so hot, so hot.
We crushed them.
We actually did crush them.
I think we
I'm
both went 3 of 5, which is really good.
no, no, I had better. I had more hot takes. My hot takes were better than yours.
No,
I
I'm just talking
remember.
about how many we got right.
Yeah, I got more of my hot takes right than your hot takes.
Yeah, but I had a pretty good hot take.
But these hot takes, let's just start with this isn't a hot take. This is ice cold casino. And for you to put this on your list as if this is a hot take deeply offended me as a guy who really went out of the box with his hot takes. Your first one is Caleb Williams will be first Bears quarterback to throw over 4,000 yards. Boo. That's not a hot take.
It hasn't been
That's
done. It
that's a
hasn't been done. How is
that's
that
just a
not a hot
take.
how is that not a hot take, dude?
Boo.
How is that not
Boo.
he led the sacks last year, dude. He got sacked so many goddamn times last year. Like, come on now.
That's
Come on
not
now.
this isn't a hot take. This goes against a hot take. This is
No,
a
it's a hot take.
regular take. Regular take. But
Oh, I
why do you
didn't
think
add
this will
on there a
happen?
part I didn't add on there. So he had 20 touchdowns last year. I think he hits 40.
Gee, okay, that's a hot take.
Sorry, I didn't
So
put that in there.
so you think this season Caleb Williams will throw for 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, how many interceptions?
Uh, Probably like 15.
Wow. So is this you saying you have confidence in Ben Johnson as a coach or just he's going to bring his offensive
His
coordinatorness?
offensive coordinatorness coming in, and they got that offensive line all nicely tight and neat. I like what they did. I like what they did, and I think this is a hot take. Come on, load up your ass. No Bears quarterback has ever done this, so I think he was there because I mean he was close last year. He had like 35 or something like that, a little over 35. He's going to hit that mark, and then he did have 20 touchdowns. I think he'll hit 40 touchdowns, and there's the hot take. I guess my bad. My
Uh
bad. Get to your number 6. Let's go.
Well, actually, I'm when you look at that number, I'm actually kind of shocked that a Jay Cutler never threw for 4,000 yards.
I'm
Just
not.
because of the way he
He was
slung
a
it.
douche.
Well, he was a douche, but he still slung it.
He's
Uh
still a douche. I love watching all the things about him. He's
Yeah,
such a douche.
he's always been a douche. Next up, this is my number 6 because it's my least hot take, and that is I think both the Chiefs and the Bills will not be in the AFC Championship game. I think this is going to be a year I'm picking the Ravens in the AFC to go to the Super Bowl for the AFC. I think this could be one of those years where we see like a weird AFC Championship game. I'm thinking like Ravens Steelers, like, I'm
Okay.
thinking maybe Ravens, like,
Patriots.
what if it's Ravens, like, Broncos? Just, like,
I
again, like, a weird
we'll
matchup.
get to the Broncos.
Yeah,
All right.
and Chiefs, I honestly think they get knocked out in the divisional round by either well, if it was the Bills, they'd be in the AFC Championship game. So I think the Ravens beat the Chiefs in the divisional round. But this is my hot take. Next up, Casino, your hot take, number 5, Joe Burrow will be the MVP, which is funny because I also have an MVP hot take. It is not Joe Burrow.
So I think it's Joe Burrow. I mean, he had an outstanding dude. If he made the playoffs, if he willed his team to make the playoffs last year, he would have run away with that, in my opinion, because he obviously is the most valuable player on that team. And I mean, yeah, I have the Bengals being right there to possibly make the playoffs. He's got to make the playoffs, and if he does, he will be that MVP.
See, this goes. I said before when we were putting our list together, without knowing yours beforehand, I put this at my number 5 because it's a running staple and pairs well with this one, which is the Bengals will be a dumpster fire. Like, get out of here with this 9.5 over under. Oh, Joe
Got
Burrow's going to
better.
be
They got
MVP.
better.
They did not get better.
Yes,
They
they did.
added one guy who until 48 hours ago, we weren't even
Their
sure if it
defense
was
got better.
Trey Hendrickson might not play this season. How did it get better? They don't have their offensive line didn't get better. Their defense, even if it got slightly better, it was like the worst defense in the league. And oh, the only big moves the Bengals made this offseason was re-signing guys that gave Joe Burrow his best season ever, and his best season ever was a 9-8 team. So I know they got a new defensive coordinator, but I still think the Bengals will be a dumpster fire, much like they have been ever since they went to the Super Bowl. So that's my hot take. It's ongoing. This is an ongoing hot take, but I only say it's a hot take because, again, Bengals are 9.5. Everybody loves the Bengals for no reason. Literally no reason. Next up, I was proud of this hot take, Casino. This is a good hot take by you. Your number 4, Richardson will be pulled and Daniel Jones will crush it. Now that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Walk us through it.
Well, obviously, we don't. You and I both don't have any faith in Anthony Richardson at all.
No,
I think he's terrible, and I think
I do too.
by week 4, week 5 tops, but I don't think they'll get it that far. He will be pulled, and Daniel Jones will get his shot. And I think when Daniel Jones gets in there playing for a new team, I think he's gonna shine. Why? Because been with that dumpster fire of outside of Saquon Barkley, they didn't really do a whole bunch over there in New York that I think he will take the starting job from Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson will end up being a backup, and I do think Dalen Daniel, Dalen, J- Dalen,
What name are you trying to
dude,
say?
I don't know. I was thinking Jalen Daniels, but Daniel Jones. Sorry, woo woo. I think he'll come out as long as no turf monsters get him. I think he's going to have a really good season because I think he will get in and I think he'll play well. Does that put them over their 7 wins? No, because I think Anthony Richardson will make them lose every single game until he's pulled. And then I think Daniel Jones will come in and probably do like a 50-50 for the remainder of the season.
Yeah, I like that take because again, I'm not even that high on Daniel Jones, but I am much higher on Daniel Jones than Anthony Richardson. The
It's
only
just crazy thing that Anthony Richardson it seems like has won that job.
That's what I'm saying. Like for this to even be a quarterback competition is weird to me. And for now, Richardson to feel like he's gonna be the week 1 starter, that's crazy to me.
Well,
Because
there's a lot of
again,
talk that he is like he's going to be.
yeah, he's bad. He's a bad quarterback. Next up, we're on
Injury prone too. You have
did I
not
do
done your
my number
4.
4?
No.
Uh, oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. This has your team in it, Casino. The Raiders, Patriots, and Titans will all double their 2024 win totals. So now go with me on this. That would mean the Patriots are an 8-win team, which I think is right on the money of where they'll be. Raiders would also have to be an 8-win team, which again, as we talked about with over under, right at where I think they will be. And then the Titans last year were a 3-win team. So again, with all the improvements the Titans did, the biggest improvement being getting rid of one of the worst quarterbacks in the league and replacing it with one of the best college quarterbacks in the league. Or well, in that league last year. I think again, this is a hot take only because it's 3 teams, but Titans are definitely going to win at least 6 games. And then Raiders and Patriots, I think it would be crazy if they weren't minimum 8-win teams next year. So, my hot take, Raiders, Patriots, Titans will be 8-8 and above 6 wins this upcoming season. Next up, Casino, your number 3, this one obviously piques my interest. The Eagles will only lose 1 game, the Super Bowl. Tell me what that means.
What that means is they are the best team in the league. They did not get worse. They only got slightly better. Um, this team is going to be so good. Now you have a team where Saquon went into this team not having a rapport with that offensive line. Now he does, and that they're only going to be better. I do think Saquon. This was going to be a hot take, but I don't think it's going to be. I think he does break that record this year. I
Ooh,
I do think that he gets the single season record. We can lump that into it. Your team is going to be outstanding, and there will be close games,
fingers
but
crossed.
there will be close games. But I just think the time management. I think with how Hertz has been playing clutch at the end of games, and now you have a running back that can get you those first downs to get you to close out games. I do think that this team could go undefeated and will go undefeated, but I think they will lose the Super Bowl.
To who?
Any team that is not the Chiefs, because the Eagles have not seen in one of those games, have not in a playoff game, have not seen a team outside of the Chiefs. So
Yeah. But
I
even
I
though in the regular
and
season they have beat the Bills and the Ravens.
well, we talked about it. We thought the Bills, we did think the Bills, and those were good games. We do think that the Bills and Ravens would have put up a better chance of winning
Yeah.
that Super Bowl than the Chiefs did. So, which is not saying much because we weren't high on the Chiefs anyway. But I do think the Eagles could go and will go undefeated and lose the Super Bowl.
That's a good hot take. I have the Eagles as my number one hot take, so let's put a pin in that.
All right,
But my number three, speaking of breaking records, my number three hot take is Ashton Genty will break the NFL rookie rushing record. Now, the rookie rushing record was set in 1983, which is crazy. It's been that long, with 808 yards set by Eric Dickerson. So the single game rookie rushing record is 296 with Adrian Peterson. I don't think he breaks
dude,
that one, but I do think with Pete Carroll, we saw what he did with Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch when he was with the Seahawks.
that's
I
fair.
think he's going to want to take the ball out of uh, Geno Smith's hands, make Ashton Genty like the bell cow
Dude,
back.
I was seeing there was some people saying hot takes that Genty's gonna rush for over 2,000 yards.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he'll go past 1808, but not by much. I think he's going to be like 1850. I think it's going to be close. I think he's going to
I
have
don't know.
an incredible
I
season.
don't know how his rushing style is going to and he just stands back there, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't get any momentum going. I don't know how that's gonna work in the NFL. Also, I mean, not to try to knock my Mountain West and my UNLV team and whatnot, but UNLV was the best team to slow him down until until they got to the college football playoffs, and he had those numbers against teams that are weak. The only two teams that were able to slow him down were the Rebels, and were also whoever they lost to. I forgot in the playoffs. Um, but yeah, I don't think the caliber of players that he played against, that's not going to translate well when he gets into the NFL.
So I think what is it
Will
when
he
you
be
look
good? Sure, but is he going to be hitting that number? That's a crazy hot take. Hot take.
well, this is my hot take, but also Raiders offensive line, not as bad as you think they would be. They're like a top half of the league offensive line. So again, you said Boise State, he's running style. You don't know if it translate. He was also running behind a Boise State line, not an NFL line. And again, Raiders, you think they have a bad line, but their line's kind of middle of the road, like 15th in the league. So I'll take that. And I think Ashton Genty will break the NFL rookie rushing record. But that it's my hot take because that's a hot take. Next up, Casino, we're on your
Two.
number two.
Number
So
two.
your number two is Travis Hunter will be defense only by end of season.
Correct. I know he wants this whole thing, and the team has promised him that he will play both sides of the ball. That's outrageous. I mean, to think any team could do or any player could play in the NFL 18 games, both sides of the ball, and not be injured or be worn down is just insane. But he is a much better cornerback, in my opinion, than he is a receiver. And I think that's where he will shine most. And I think by the end of the season, he won't say it's his decision, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
they're gonna squiggle him on down. Maybe he'll do a couple, specialty plays, but he will get tired after like week 12, and he will end up being a defensive player only, especially late into that season.
I honestly think it's just gonna take one hit, one pop, and then they're gonna be like, "All right, you're only on defense." Especially like you said, if it's just a couple gadget. I more think what's gonna happen is if this did come true, I think more what's gonna happen is they're gonna have a couple gadget plays for him. Nothing really happens on those gadget plays, so then they're kind of just gonna be like, like we tried, it didn't work out. Like, just play defense only. You're a better cornerback than you are wide receiver. I think it's more gonna be just like we tried, didn't work out. All right, Casino, you wanted a hot take. Here's a hot take. Do I necessarily believe this? No. Could I see it happening? Yes, and that's why it's my hot take. Commanders and Lions will both miss the playoffs.
You're
Now,
insane.
that's why it's a hot take. It's not my
Yeah, but
actual
it's not
take.
even a hot take. That's just insane
Eh,
take. That's just dumb.
So this is
Dumb.
how I came to this thought process. So when you look at the NFC North, everybody, you and I included, Bears are going to be a better team than they were last year, correct?
Yes.
They were a 5-win team last year.
Yes.
Packers right around the same team they were last year, 11-10 win team, right? Vikings, again, 14-win team. We think they're going to take a step back. We still think they're going to be a 10-win team. Lions last year, 15-2. And again, they did that with an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator who's gone. What if we have a Eagles, not last year, year before that, season where they just brought in these random offense and defensive coordinators, thought they could replicate the same success they did with going to the Super Bowl, obviously with the Lions going 15-2 into the playoffs. And instead, what happens is Lions are kind of a mess. They're kind of flirting with 5-5. Oh, they're 6-5. They're 6-6. And they just keep doing that up and down and just kind of going to the point where, again, to get into the AFC or to get into the NFC playoffs last year as a wild card team, you had to win 11 games. So even if the Lions have a good season and are 10-11, doesn't guarantee they're getting into the playoffs, especially in a division where Vikings are going to be a playoff team or playoff contender team. Same with Packers, same with Bears, Buccaneers, two NFC West teams vying for a playoff spot. Who knows what's going to happen in the NFC East? Because I'm going to say Commanders miss the playoffs as well. So that's my case for the Lions. Commanders, my case is they were 12-5 last year. Three of those games came on last second drives, last second plays. Obviously, the Hail Mary in Chicago that, obviously propelled them to a win. They were playing against Giants and Cowboys teams that were bad. I think Giants are going to be better. And at least with the Cowboys, they're going to have Dak Prescott back. So they'll be better in that aspect. When it comes to the Commanders, they're an old team. Their defense got older, their offense got older. They have injury concerns on their offense. Again, Jaden Daniels held together that team last year, but sophomore slump. That's what I'm saying. Aging team, sophomore slump. Commanders don't get as lucky as they did last year. Again, I'm not saying they're going to be bad, but 9-win
Not making
team.
the playoffs is bad.
But again, Bengals were 9-8 last year, and people were saying, well, if this Bengals team gets in, they're a Super Bowl contender. I think that's going to be with the Commanders.
I
And
know. I mean,
again,
that's insane to think they're a Super Bowl contender. No, it was
but
if they got
but you
in.
know
If
those
they got
takes were going.
in. If they got in, you're looking at Burrow winning MVP. That
Yeah.
was the only
And
thing.
again, I also hate this happens every year. One team has one good season, and all of a sudden everybody elevates them to be like they're going to the Super Bowl next year. It's what happened with the Texans, and we saw what happened with the Texans after that. Yes, they made the playoffs, but only because their division was so shit. The Commanders and Lions divisions are not shit. Next up, your number one. This is, I mean, I'm putting it back up. What a hot take. This is a hot take right here. Bengals will win
No,
AFC
no,
West. Or
not
I'm sorry,
Bengals.
not Bengals. Broncos will win AFC West and hit 40 touchdowns. What do you mean by hit 40 touchdowns?
Oh, you may have see that's what happened there. Is the 40 touchdown thing was supposed to be with the Caleb Williams.
Oh, okay.
Got
So
it.
then hold on. Just talk about
The Broncos winning this division and dethroning the Chiefs. Yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna happen. So we know the Broncos defense has been great, right? And all
yes.
they did was they just added recent additions and made it even better. Like this defense is going to be a top 5 defense all year,
I think top
all
3.
top 3. I agree too, but at
Yeah.
bare minimum top 5 for the whole year. They will not go past that. Their
Yeah.
offense has improved. I do like Bo Nix, and I know you're like sophomore slump, but
Yes.
he got better as the season went on. He wasn't good to start. I mean, he was decent to start the season, but he got better as it went on. So I don't think this sophomore slump thing's going to happen. He's also got some new additions coming in. He's got Evan Ingram, which I think will help him out. J.K. Dobbins. So he's got some other pieces now that he can work with. And I just think the favorable schedule. The Broncos have a better schedule lineup than the Chiefs do. And I mean, yes, the Broncos did beat the Chiefs in that last game of the season, but that was because the Chiefs pulled everybody. But they were a blocked field goal, which a lot of people think that the guy fell over on purpose. I mean, that's just wild. You never see that. He fell over as a snap went. Anyway, they were right there to beat them. And I know this division is going to be better, but we've already said that you and I both agreed that the Chargers, we feel like, will take a step back a couple
Yep.
games. And I think the Broncos will improve. And yes, the Raiders are going to get better, and I think you and I both agree with that. But I don't think I think that you and I both can agree that the Raiders are not better than the Broncos.
No.
Okay, so there you go. So they split, but I think they could possibly take the Chiefs both times. But I mean, hell, even if they split, that's great for them because then they got they're equal on head to head, and I do think with the favorable schedule for the Broncos, I think that they can take down the Chiefs going into this season by a game, 2 at most. Obviously, that's a big stretch, but by a game, I think that they can take down this Chiefs team. And
Yeah.
yeah, I strongly believe that this Bronco team. I mean, Sean Payton is great. All these coaches in this division have either gone to the Super Bowl or have won the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
So this is a really good division,
It's the best
and
coach division in football.
oh,
I think
by
without
by
question.
by
Yeah.
far. And no matter how we feel about Sean Payton, with his whole
He seems like
targeting,
a dickhead, but
yeah,
he's a good
with
coach.
yeah, with his whole targeting thing. And I love how they try to make him not a dickhead when he from the movie that
Mhm. Kevin
whatever
James.
Kevin James did.
I never
He's
saw that. You see that
It's
movie?
so bad. Like
I
it was one
figured.
of those nights where like I got home, it was like 1 a.m. and I'm like, I don't want to like really feel like watching something and like having to pay attention. I was like, oh yeah, here's a bullshit movie. And I just turned it on. I just played on my phone and like looked up every now and then. And it's as bad as you think it would be. It's
Ugh,
really bad. But
ugh.
yeah, Kevin James playing Sean Payton, first off, size difference doesn't really work. But yeah, it was not good. But Sean Payton, we can both agree, is a great coach. Like he is a really
Yeah.
good coach.
Well, then
Even whether he's
also
having targeting players or not. But uh
what
yeah,
I
I
what do
do
you
think this team is because obviously how I felt about the Chiefs. I've already went into that this episode. They're gonna decline. Reasons why I already gave. But with all of that together, um, yeah, I do see the Broncos taking this division.
how many wins do you think they get to take the division?
13.
I see. I think the Broncos again. I think Raiders are going to be really good. Chargers going to take a step back. This Broncos team was 10-7 last year.
Yeah,
They
I
come
think they're
into
gonna.
the season
Mhm,
with the second best ranked offensive line in the league. They
mhm.
have weapons. They had a good
They
quarterback
brought
last
in
year.
weapons. Yep.
They brought in weapons. Their defense last year was top 5. We think it's going to be even better.
Yeah,
So
this is a 13-win
show
team in my
me,
head,
yeah,
and I
show me
and
the
I and I
weakness.
think the Chiefs are more of 11, 12-win team. So
I
I have the Broncos. I have the Broncos winning this division.
You know what? It's a hot take, but honestly, a hot take I'm with because I think, yeah, I think Broncos are going to be really good. Now you're also with my number one outside of one aspect of a casino. My number one hot take: Eagles will repeat, and Jalen Hurts will be the MVP.
Okay.
Now, this is why it's a hot take because this whole offseason, the big question mark, the big talking point has just been you put any quarterback on this team and they would have won the Super Bowl, which that is a hot take that is so
No,
stupid.
because they
It's like,
barely utilized Saquon Barkley.
well, that's yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Because
just like,
that's everybody's saying is, "Oh, it's because of Saquon. It's because of Saquon." Saquon helped get him there, but they barely used him. It was all on the arm of Jalen Hurts because the Chiefs planned for Barkley to be the guy, and Jalen Hurts was like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope."
yeah. Well, and then also again, the notion that any quarterback could be on this team. Every game Jalen Hurts gets knocked out of, the Eagles lose. Even games where they were up 21-7 against the Commanders, second he gets knocked out of the game, Commanders come roaring back, and that was the only game they lost. Was coincidentally the one game that Jalen Hurts got knocked out of. So I just think, again, if he has a type of season where he just balls out, and let's say that Saquon takes a step back and now all of a sudden Hurts,
He
much
won't.
like we saw in the Super Bowl, he just now is putting up the numbers that people all year or all off season, I should say, have just been like, why isn't he putting up these numbers? Well, all of a sudden, if he puts up these numbers and now the Eagles are, because again, they were not the number one seed going into the playoffs last year, it was the Lions.
Mhm.
So, Eagles have gotten better. I think the only question mark is with their safety, and that's just because they're going to be starting a rookie safety. So, if that rookie safety's good, much like their two cornerbacks were good last year, there's no holes on this team. I don't think, again, I don't think Milton Williams is a big loss. I do think Josh Sweat will be a big loss, but again, with how much pressure they are able to get on the defense and rotate those guys in and out, I think they can replicate the success those two guys had. So, it's going to be a team that's at the level or better than they were last year. I think they finish the NFC as the number one seed. They repeat in the Super Bowl by beating the Ravens. And then Hurts, I think, just has a season everybody wants him to have. And then if he has that season, how can you not give him MVP? If he gives you what you want after winning the Super Bowl and then being the number one seed in the NFC, there you go. That's my
The
number
only
one
and
hot
again,
take.
I I don't disagree with this hot take. The only thing that I have is the Eagles have not seen in a playoff format, have not played a team outside of the Chiefs out of the AFC, and so that's where I think it might be different.
Yeah. And I guess the only counter to that
And
is,
here's the thing, because if Lamar Jackson can if he beats the Chiefs, you don't think that that's gonna propel him into that mindset of like, "Oh, I finally got that monkey off my back of not being able to win a playoff game."
yeah.
If he beats the Chiefs, dude, or if he goes in and he crushes and beats Josh Allen or both, he goes to the Super Bowl and he beat both Mahomes and Josh Allen, dude, you gotta think he's gonna be feeling high, and he finally got that monkey off his back, whether he wins the Super Bowl or not,
I mean, that is true.
because he could
But
be like, "I'm there. I'm finally there."
so Lamar Jackson 1-1 against the Eagles and two both games, bad games. Bad games against
That's
the Eagles.
that's fine.
And I mean, one was in 2020. So, but again, last year they played and the Eagles destroyed
Again,
them.
yeah, I'm talking about we're
So,
talking
no, I
and
get you.
again, I'm
I get what
saying
you're saying.
playoff atmosphere.
Yeah. So that right there, Casino, is our NFL hot takes for the 2025 season. I will say some of those pretty mid, but some of them real bangers. Real bangers.